He doesn't like to scare people.
Well, it's not a bad thing. Plus,
He doesn't like it when people call his bluff and then he has to do something mean.
Adam, do you have mule's strength?
43.
Mythic?
Okay, I'll teach him the
No.
song to Agraria.
Someone.
There you go. There's a nice little visitor and guest. He drops him on his head and walks out.
He's just lying in a crumpled heap.
I'll cast a curing spell on him.
It is a bit of a good guard, bad guard, I see.
Well, it was only going to be good God, and then apparently he got frustrated.
So there's no deal aside from just not hitting. Okay.
No. You do get to go free. Let's set you loose on Bada Town or any other world.
About the town, I could make a living there, yes. Alright, I teach you Agria and you send me to Bata Town, yes?
Yes, we can learn of the other worlds from there.
Alright, he starts to teach you the song to Agria.
Sense motive.
Sure.
Is
Wise.
he lying to me?
Is Altgar hovering over him while he's teaching?
No, he's gonna trust that Donovan will.
I roll a 1, but I did spend a mythic point, so 63.
Yeah, he reluctantly teaches you the song.
Excellent.
It is up to you to get by the defenses. Do not blame me if you go splat. But that is a song to Agria. You should send him in first.
Are their defenses physical?
It depends how agitated the Empire is. It could be a tight fit when you arrive.
So they have a large stone or something that they place in the way.
It is not a good idea to try to travel through the gate when the gate is, say, tip over.
Now, the gate is very heavy.
But we have a lot of manpower.
I heard stories of Uka carrying one around. Back when he was... I believe the phrase is weak, but that's not really the...
I understand
Correct.
that you are heroes made of better stuff than us mere mortals. I understand. I saw the mountain shake and spew forth and things flying around and then the big rift open. I do not wish this to happen to any of the worlds of my own.
Yeah, something very strange happened when we defeated the kaiju.
Kaiju, yes. Many of the people in that town consider them gods. Or at least gods in power. It is perhaps why the Empire has not totally conquered that place.
Have you faced a great dragon before?
A great dragon? No. A little tiny baby one? Yes.
Alright. So, imagine a great dragon, and then something about twice as strong that you can't protect yourself from?
A great dragon is hard to imagine. All dragons such as those on Imperial worlds have been hunted to extinction.
You do realize that there are goodly dragons. Not all are evil, not all are bent on destruction. Some are very orderly, some are, goodly.
Again, It is not my command, and it happened long ago. But it is the time for men at its apex to take charge of multiverse. Dragons, the history says. He thinks for a moment. Dragons are the first race, and wasn't it your race that taught them to live in shadow and fear?
We did have our disagreements, for sure.
The elves have their time, the dwarves had their time, sort of, and now it is time of men. Giants and dragons be damned.
We'll go see Lemmy.
Is Lemmy going to bring me to Barta Town with his rods?
He'll send you.
It, like to say it was pleasure, but it was illuminating.
Do understand that when we face the Imperium, if they know more than we think they should know, we're going to need to inquire as to where they got the information.
You could assume the Imperium already knows what it needs to know about you.
That would be an incorrect assumption.
I would not make enemies where you do not need to make enemies. It feels like you are making a lot of enemies on your own. Perhaps one day you will need the Imperium.
This is true, but the Imperium weakened Immensa.
There is no known weapon that the Imperium has that created that big rift in the sky. You are mistaken, Elf.
The gods themselves were petty. Their actions caused problems.
You speak of the Makai. The Makai did not come from that world. They came through the gate. They brought their silliness with them.
Well, their silliness forced that gate to open. Gate's the wrong word. Hole, rift, tear.
It is not something you can blame on the Imperium. In fact, that rift appeared when you went to the mountain and fought some strange beast. I think you're to blame. At least if I was common. I would suspect at least that you had something to do with it.
We most definitely did. If I was the one that was speaking with the gods, though, I would be certain that I would know that the Imperium is what drove them to such desperate measures.
Okay. We agree to disagree. Yeah. Let us go see Lemio.
Okay. Donovan is going to ask Lemmy to use the targeted plane shift on Major Andre Chevalier with the mischance associated with the plane shift.
And then the 5 D100 2 miles away.
To not? to not use
Being
it?
outside of Bartertown. Ugh.
Just be anywhere in the vicinity, right? It's up to you to whether or not you listen, whether you want to spend a mythic point to get him to arrive where you want him to.
I'm not going alone. I'm taking Altagar with me.
No, you can send him. You just have to touch him and you can send him away.
No, because I need to go to Yig and then send him. I can't do it direct.
Yeah. I'll come with you to Yig if you want. I also got a ride to the Abyss if you want to go to the Abyss.
He could die. He could like end up in water, right? Like. Did you tell Lemmy why you wanted this to happen?
No.
What does
I
Donovan
said we were
say?
going to send him, that's all.
So you specifically asked for not the targeted.
No. Yeah, well, Donovan's like, just send him. It's up to you how you want to send him.
I have taught him the song, out the guy. It is all good now, he says. Oh, he doesn't like Aldegar. Like, you pretty much turn someone almost hostile, like after you intimidate them to get something out of them.
Yeah, another reason why we don't use the intimidate for much.
It would be funny if it was the 99 or 100. Oops.
Okay. So are you?
We
So you
shift
get-
to either Arthur Sate or somewhere else.
I got a Yig. I'm not going to other state.
Okay, we'll go to Yig.
Okay. So who's going to Yig?
Lemmy,
Altagar?
Donovan, Altagar,
Yeah.
Donovan.
and Major Under Assembly.
Okay.
Ooh, close.
Okay. You get
We're
to
in Yig.
Yggdrasil. Oh,
And
is this a tree? It must be.
the answer is plane shift.
What rod are you using? Are you sending in
damn
to
it.
other side?
uh,
Don't roll a percentile because you're not going with him, so you don't know the effect.
You don't know where he ends up.
Oh, so you roll. Okay.
Yep. What's the percent?
Percent on this. Sec. They're all high. They're like 99 or something. But give me a moment. Because one of them is 98. That's the fun one.
Okay, so Major Andre
90.
Chevalier
This one is
Teaches.
96. Bartertown is 96.
teaches Donovan the song to Agria.
Anyways, the reason why, just as a now that
Lemmy,
Chevalier is gone, Lemmy could turn us into little birds, and we just hide in the grain, and they will bring us to.
Lemia sends the Major to Bartertown. And did you use a mythic to send him on target, or did you?
Nothing fond with the Imperium, so
No.
no.
No, he did not.
He agreed to be plane shifted, so he's got a 300-mile journey.
Fucking rolling it somewhere.
You got
Start walking, city boy.
man.
It sends to. I'm going to just say it sends to Forlind in the vicinity of Bartertown.
He's a bard. He should be able to figure out which way Bartertown is.
Okay.
This is literally a mess.
Now what are you guys doing?
Get back to Vergholm.
Mm-hmm.
Do 100. It's getting up there. But we're fine. We're there.
All right. Now that we know a good way to save the people of Midwick,
Do you have the song? What's the plan?
well, the plan is a bit more of a long-term plan. We go to Agria. We have to time it. But we do know a song for Agria, so we now know who to catch a ride with.
Well, it's simple. The ones that come from Agria go to Bartertown, and then they head back.
Yes, we basically use their slot to get through.
Yeah, sure, that'll work.
Now, the interesting part is we then, from Agria, need to lose ourselves in a shipment that would be going to to Empirica.
Yeah, that's doable.
Now, on to the more pressing concerns, although that's very pressing. Now, that was phrased poorly, I apologize, Mr. Midwick.
It's alright, everything's relative, right?
The hole in the sky. My
How are we gonna
research
fix that?
turned up. There's several magics that could help, but they are not. We are not more powerful enough to cast them. You are the closest, Lemmy.
Even then, that's small, right? Well, I can actually. No, I can't. I can cast 8 circle spells.
That is what we would require. We probably would require... How big was the hole?
It's beyond gargantuan. Like, it's a huge, massive...
A mile or two across?
Nope, not gonna do it.
It would take several weeks of casting to close using that method.
You guys in your brute force.
That's not gonna work.
Spell.
That's not gonna work. Because I can only do that very briefly.
With your
Because
candle.
of the candles. That's correct.
Then
So if we bring more candles and you have lots of money, perhaps, but I don't think that's an option. We're gonna have to go and kill some boars. No. I just
maybe Big Hole is gone.
it's not gone.
Maybe Big Hole was like a spell, last for a minute or two and then go away.
The
Lemmy's gonna
big hole,
scry-
Joker, to you is exhilarating.
Come on. It's not so
Is Donovan
bad.
chaotic good?
Donovan is neutral good.
Okay.
He doesn't like the lawful guys for being too stingy, and he thinks the chaos guys are just too crazy. The hole is a problem.
Right. And by leaving it there, we're helping Ragnarok along. Let's do our freaking jobs.
It is an interesting conundrum. Lemmy, we are interacting with the repeating story of Ragnarok on a very fundamental level.
Why are you so dramatic?
Because I'm channeling 5 for some stupid reason. Because we're doing weird temporal things, and we are interacting with the stories in a very fundamental way. I believe that our interactions are outside the expected, if that makes sense.
Right. Yes.
Um,
That's why the wizard brought us
so
together.
we are not accelerating Ragnarok. We are Ragnarok.
Well, perhaps we can minimize Ragnarok's effect.
I do not believe that, says Lokirk. No honeyed words of an elf will make me think that I am rushing Ragnarok along.
If anything, we've been trying to help people.
The gods there were very concerned with you having
Were you
the
pointing
artifact. He's pointing at Azzy. I'm pointing at the screen, Azzy.
Yeah.
The Wind Dukes are concerned with you having the artifact. You
Yeah.
are, as far as we can tell, a sworn enemy of the Queen.
One of our biggest things is to get Ozzy the rest of those
not
items.
so much.
Oh, she's not. I'm guessing she's not happy with you, but not many gods are. Well, with any of us. But I mean, the next thing is to get the next item. The next
Tentacles are not so bad, but that is a little big.
Iker, I don't want to hear about your stories. You and your horror demon monster girlfriend.
She's a nice lady.
Lokirk and Azildan do not look amused at the mention of the mother of monsters.
Nope.
So, Azzy, we need to go and find that other, the next one for you. Where the hell would that be?
No idea. I've an entire multiverse to look through.
Lokric, Donovan, can either of you figure this out?
When I cast my legend lore upon the thing, it only told me what I needed to know. What we needed to know, and he clasped Zildan's shoulder, about the powers of it. It did not give me any hints as to where we may find it.
What about those things that you carved, Azzy?
He must
Can you
find
do
it. He must find it in order, however.
If I was going to try to investigate that puzzle,
Which means whoever has a later piece could only sense the piece that is larger than it.
I think that we would ask a god this sort of thing. The gods seem to have interest. The gods on that plane on that planet had an interest. Immensa gods had an interest.
Good idea, Fox. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a perfectly valid thing to be talking about, kind of metagame, I suppose, because the two campaigns are in the same world. I don't have to sync the timelines though until
there's a more direct interaction.
Yep.
As he could commune with his god, he could commune with Meliki, or a lawful deity.
Maliki is not a lawful deity,
That's why I
and
said
therefore
or.
can't be trusted.
Is Azzy operating as if under a charm or enchantment?
No, he believes this. I'm assuming as he believes this. Like,
Or as he believes it, yeah.
Huh. I guess
suppose
we're gonna need to
there's
find
a
you a new
reason why
god.
it was- No. He's already found one. I saw him cast spell.
So,
Lokrik's giving Ochre a look like, no, this is not a time for this.
Not this
All right.
conversation.
so, what's the plan then?
It's like your paladin needs to find a new god. Azildan, they're trying to convince
So-
to find a new god.
And I'll be honest with you.
Midrick found a new god.
Lemmy's not that happy with Yig. Yig was helping or giving power to druids that were trying to harm Yig. Hey, stupid!
They didn't harm Yig. They're attacking the planet.
Lemmy doesn't see Yig charging into battle for him.
Yeah, because it's a tree, dude. You're asking a little much.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah. So anyway,
The tree, Lemmy's god is a bit uncaring.
yeah, it's like an old man.
It's a
He's a
true
fire over there.
tree.
It's fine. Grow another one.
So, I think we need to... Who created it? The earliest primordial beings of law that I know of are the Wind Dukes. So we should ask them.
I have no objections.
How do we make contact with them? Well,
And Silton's looking around like, oh.
we saw one, right? You guys.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
don't know how to contact him.
Do they act as gods?
I think they're more like what angels are for heaven. But below.
Interesting. Well, why don't we just use the sending? I mean, we saw the blue guy. Why don't we send the blue guy? Hey, blue guy, where's the next thing?
Well, it's my understanding that sendings ain't working between worlds.
Right.
Right, we just have to go to their plane.
Well, that's if he's there. We didn't even find him on their plane. We found him in Bottertown.
But Lemmy can send with great...
Tried that, doesn't work either.
Yes, but from their plane. We could go to the plane of law.
That's if he's there. He's an outcast now.
We don't need to go to him specifically. Sorry, Azzy. We can send to any Wind Duke on the plane of law.
I suppose if he's an outcast, that suggests that there are more of them.
Yes.
That he was outcast from. Interesting. What is the name of that plane?
I bet it's called Stupid Plane for stupid people.
I would suggest.
That would be
Iker,
a
I would
bad bet,
suggest.
says Lokrik.
Iker, I would suggest you not come to this place.
Uker's gonna roll his knowledge planes.
Sure.
Uker gets 29.
It's called the Clockwork Nirvana of
I don't
mechanics.
want to go to the Clockwork Nirvana.
There's no giant dinosaurs and
Do they have giant
people
dinosaurs?
that make angry faces.
No, the lawful plane is like this big place full of massive gears that
It's called. Okay, it's a big clock. Clockwork Nirvana. That's what it is. See, I know stuff.
I'm not stupid. Well,
No, it
whatever
says you
it's
didn't
called,
know things, you can.
whatever it's called,
You
we need the
tend to
key.
ignore it.
Whatever it's called, we need the key. We need to be able to get there. So,
Yes. Clockwork
perhaps we can.
Well, we could find a
Perhaps
key. We could
I
go
can
through
ask Paxia for one. Purchase one off her.
I doubt Paxia would actually supply one for you. Paxia was not a being of law. Sorry. Donovan apologizes to Azzy and Lokrik
we should definitely keep our eyes out for one. Bartertown
Yes.
seems to be the right place to go for these things.
Bartertown would be a place to purchase one, or find some other way to connect, or maybe through the foothills of Yig. There might be potentially a way.
The other place. Actually, that's very possible. Hold on a second. He wants to go to Yig. You go to Yig and try find the path.
Oh, I doubt directly from Yig. You'd have to go to the base of Yig, where those witches were.
The Outlands.
Right.
You can walk to any plane from the Outlands, I think.
Well,
That's the
we
Lokrik.
guess what? I do have a rod to that. I do have a rod to the Outlands.
Alright, so that is... that is another thing that we could do. How do we decide? What's the plan? And Lokrik says it's like he's kind of tired of not doing plans.
We need weapons to fight God.
Right, I think getting Uker his bow would be a good start.
Why don't we list out what we could possibly do, says Lokrik.
Alright. Demon God for Uker.
Alright, so
No.
Lokrik goes over and finds a game and finds like a chessboard, kind of a lance board, and he takes it a piece and he goes, Demon God. Puts it on the table.
Forge of Venom.
Alright, I guess I'll keep track of this somewhere. So Demon
Do we know where that forge
God
is? Oh, I was gonna-
Yes, it is on
Forge.
Giant Plane.
of Venom. He lists that down and he takes out like a castle and Forge Venom. And you got these tokens. in front of
I was also shown the Forge of Venom. Coralon thinks it's quite important. What with the whole using the bodies of gods to make swords and that sort of thing, killing stars.
Right. Right, Crazy Elf. Well, I know how to get to the Plane of Giants from Yeg. Done it.
Go to Shadow King and kick him in Base of Throne.
I don't think we're in the...
Get Oberon back. We may not even have to go to the Shadow King, although we may have to. It would involve going into that horrible closet that we've got locked up in here in Dvergholm.
Would I be
We
able
haven't
to...
gone in closet.
No.
I swam all the way back with Closet, and we haven't even gone back.
You're the one who swam with it. We just assumed you was gonna do it.
It was scary.
Alright, get Oberon back. Shadow King. What else? Any
question,
ideas, Foxfire? What
would
they should
that-
do next?
Would that tier work on a construct? Because if it won't, get one to carry it. Perhaps enter the cabinet.
I heard go to Mechanus.
Yes.
Mechanus,
Yeah,
yes.
let's go to Mechanus to
Wind Dukes.
to
Seek out the Wind Dukes.
seek out the Wind Dukes, which is quote unquote like in brackets Azzy's quest. I think the knowledge for fixing a tear might be in Mythloros.
Loros.
Crucible. Fourth branch of Yig. Don't forget my homeland. Gotta get my people.
Crucible, like Lokrik is nodding to
Yeah, it's
that.
Crucible. Yeah.
If we can find
The
a rod,
axe, he says. The axe is
We
a
can-
weapon.
if we can find a rod to Crucible, oh,
There's
then-
if the sword of Gazar. All we know that's easy to do. There's just a big stake thing to smash.
The Hammer of Gazar.
Hammer of Gazar. Yes. Hammer.
also
Maybe so.
Acropolis.
Hold on, I think I'm missing one. Mechanus talked to Wind Dukes. Mythloros, Crucible. What did you guys say after that?
Imperia.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Empirica.
We go to Agria to sneak into Empirica.
And then Foxfire is saying, basically go find powerful outsiders that can help.
I kind of in my head
Yeah.
that is the Wind Dukes,
Or what you learn on Mythloros. Kind of
or what we learn on Mythloros exactly.
Okay. Alright, fight the demon god, go to the Forge of Anam, get Oberon back, deal with the Shadow King, go to Mechanus to talk to the Wind Dukes, Mythloros, Crucible, Empirica, or Hammer of Gazar. Is there anything else?
Acropolis.
Yeah, that's the one I missed. Retake Acropolis.
Is there anything that we have from Acropolis that can
Mark,
be
you
used as
changed
a
your
rod?
hair.
Oh,
Now Jessica doesn't know who you are.
Right.
Oh, God.
Also get the spine or tooth so Azzy doesn't die. So go back to Immensa. Immensa
Yeah.
for bits. And
That might be one of the
maybe a
easiest things to
closer observation of the rift.
Take a
That
look
might
at
be-
Drift and get big body.
That might be one of the easiest things to do.
That's 8, 9, 10, 11 things.
All right, let's put them in order.
Okay, so is this by how hard, or by how long, or by how
long it
important,
takes.
or by
there anything- is
most
there
people
anything
who
that
die
needs-
if we don't do it?
Is there anything that needs to precede any others? For example, getting weapons. Like we precede having to go to other worlds.
A Nom has weapon, Snake has weapon, Yinagu has weapon.
Crucible, there's a weapon. The axe of the Dwarvish Lords.
Crucible has weapon. Right now we have very few weapon to fight God. Right now we just
my world, you're gonna need a weapon. It's not exactly a god, but it's pretty damn powerful.
we don't know that what they are. yet. Ah. So okay. So those are all to get weapon to fight God. Because right now, gods, you need a good weapon.
Right. It doesn't. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really help me at all. But helping you helps me, so it's up on my list. Get weapons. Get the weapons for the damage to affect the gods. And then once we get them, then we'll deal with the other items.
Yeah, it sounds like Mechanus and Loris are kind of like the information gathering quests
it's
to learn about powerful things that have never come up in the game so far. How do you close the rift?
Hammer,
How do you fight the Queen of Chaos?
Demon, Crucible, Forge. Getting Oberon back also is very important. Don't know how the hell to get that.
we need to have good weapon to fight Wraith.
Do we need to?
Mini
Do we need to
Wraith.
fight? Well, Donovan, can you do that? I mean, or Lokrik, can you do your thing to figure out how we can get Oberon back?
He shakes his head. I've given it thought before. It would involve us.
Confronting.
I don't know what happened to Oberon. I don't know where he is.
Well, there's the bad Oberon. is still
I
out
never
there.
met. I never met Oberon in Undeath. You did.
Right.
The goodness of Oberon is likely inside the gems still. The badness, I don't know.
So
I remember what Galeth had said regarding your cousin.
Yes.
Remember when he said that the good cousin had come to tell him the only way to win or to be more powerful is to get rid of the good side? So he needed the tier. As long as we have the tier, actually, Oberon should still exist.
I'm not relishing going inside the tier. The worst of my grandfather would be there. Research kaiju! Exactly.
Yeah, I read that. That's agree. Yeah.
Given that the Imperium has controlled the world for a while, they might actually have knowledge on the kaiju.
the Empirica.
Yep.
All right. Then let's pick one. Demon God, Crucible, Hammer.
Yeah, Marty would like to know what to prepare for next week.
Yeah.
It's 1:30. We got time. We got time.
Fuck you.
What about that worm? Pretty sure we
uh,
can take it out pretty quickly.
there are many of that worm, not just one.
What? The worm?
Yes. The moon worm. There's more than one.
No. I'm talking about the ethereal one that we were gonna kill for Uger.
Oh, the snake thing.
Yeah.
The snake eating its own head.
The Ouroboros.
Eating its own tail.
Oh, I
Ouroboros.
didn't even write that one down. Shit.
Ouroboros.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
it's,
hammer. That's the hammer of
creature.
The
Gizmo.
hammer.
Hammer of Gazar. Yeah, Ouroboros. Okay.
We could do that. I think it would be prudent first to see how large of a mess we made.
What are you talking about?
To see what is transpiring on Immensa.
What's happening on Immensa is irrelevant. Now,
I would assume that the Wind Dukes would be displeased with an incursion from her.
I think the Wind Duke's got bigger things to worry about than a single world.
All right. If we're going to the world to spy upon it, then I mean we can do that. It's not difficult. It'll be dangerous because we have no idea what's there.
Something was wrong there with the weeds.
Of course, something. He scries upon what's his name again? The blonde-haired guy.
Okay.
Describes a standard action now, so it's just like
Fails.
Yeah. So you see him. He's actually in the shadow of a mountain, and he seems to be tending to his mount. He's made camp somewhere.
Okay.
sense motive. Does he appear
What's-
frazzled?
Yeah, he's on edge.
I'm not. This guy could be useful. I'm saying it again. Excuse me.
So,
For
I would
actually,
like-
Lemmy's
I
gonna
would like to know
scram
what
on
what the mother's minions are.
That might help in directing your research.
I would
To
like to
actually
know
have a
what
body of one, or to have combated it and seen it.
Alright, then we'll have to get there.
Yes.
Shall we?
How many did we count falling out of the sky?
It's dozens, you said.
Yeah, maybe a dozen or two.
Are we? Is that acceptable? He's looking to Azzy specifically.
Seems like a waste of time. However, that's what the rest of you insist on doing. Suppose I can at least assist. Expedite this. Whatever diversion.
Oh, good. Good to hear.
Just don't expect a lot of enthusiasm.
We're alright.
Uker takes a little bit of cream and dabs it on the table. It's kind of in a splotchy pattern.
What,
You're
why?
correct.
Why would you do that?
What?
You made a mess. Clean that up.
What?
There's a mess there.
See, he looks very happy, very enthused.
Why have you... Fix it!
Oh, yeah.
Azildan grabs a cloth and starts to wipe the table,
Okay.
cleans it up, then
So-
realizes now part of the table's cleaner than the rest of the table, and so has to clean the rest of the table.
Okay, Trafalgar is asking Isildan to hand him the rag so that he can do it.
Are you gonna do a good job?
Sure.
Alright then, but I'll be watching.
Isildan supervises as Trafalgar's cleaning the table.
So the real question
spot.
is whether we need a god-killing weapon for the minions of chaos.
Well, isn't that what we're trying to build?
I'm telling you, it's
Well,
gonna
no,
be
we're
quick.
building a god-killing weapon to kill her, and that's
Um,
like beyond God. I mean, we're trying to. You're trying to create something to imprison, defeat, or retard the development of a primordial force. It's
Right. Right.
Humans,
I'm telling you.
outsiders, gods, nature, primordial force. It's like,
I'm telling you again, Ouroboros, we can take it out. We go right now. Boom, boom, done. Come back. Have a good day.
You know, we almost got Ouroboros last time.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think that is the case, just so you know.
Ouroboros, it is not very smart, the big snake thing in ethereal plane.
Compared to what we faced, this is a joke.
This is why I said for people to get ghost-touching weapon. Does everybody have ghost-touching weapon?
No, I don't think you created them.
No.
Uker has his.
Okay.
I'm fine without it. What are you looking at me for? And give me a knife if you like. I'm not
Donovan?
using it.
You were looking at how to close planes and stop things from traveling. Do you have any spells
Yes.
that could keep the Ouroboros from going ethereal?
Yeah, dimensionally anchor it.
The bard's work is done. He's tapping his pipe, emptying it, and stuffing more tobacco in.
Alright, there we go.
It
I
is
can
actually
pass that.
interesting.
He then wipes the ashes off the table when he sees Isildan looking at him. As,
So Ouroboros, hammer, chaos thing, Yunagu.
I'm telling you, we could do it right now. Sorry, I'm telling you, we can do it right now. We got enough time. Look, it's an hour at least.
Ouroboros,
2 rounds. Ouroboros is
Immensa
dead.
to go check things out, and then the demon god.
Yep.
Yunagu? Okay, cool.
That gives us 2 items. We also then complete the first part of Uker's quest to go fight the bear, because the werewolf is bad. Because with the hammer and the bow, then he can get the way to get to his world.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, stopping the winter.
Well,
Donovan?
you can't stop the winter now. Now it's winter. It's not pretend winter anymore. It's real winter.
Well,
So how would you even know if you succeeded in stopping the winter?
Donovan, can you do that thing of yours to see how to stop the winter? If it's possible.
That's
Lemmy was there when he saw the wolf biting the light, right?
that's not how vision works, Lemmy.
You could go and try to deal with Skullsdottir.
There is that.
Uker looks really nervous, like he's squirming in his seat.
I'll put Skullsdottir as a thing. Now it's being Skullsdottir.
I don't want to see Skullsdottir until
Wolf, till your wolf is gone, right?
I talk to Bear,
All right, fine.
because Skullsdottir is big and free and howling
Okay
and
then.
drawing, forever eating. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
should
see
add
better
that to the
first.
list. Slicker.
I'd like to know what its effect is. So I'll recap because you haven't seen this one before. It's Skullsdottir was up north of where we are, much further north, where it's very, very,
Isn't
very,
that
very cold.
a legendary werewolf godling?
Yeah, it's there. It's there, and it was biting light. It was trying to touch down.
Daughter of
onto the
Loki,
ground.
I think.
Yeah. Yep. that's
Fenris's daughter,
That's
making
right.
it Loki's granddaughter.
You're there. And as light was trying to touch the ground, it was up, snatching it, not letting it touch. I think it has to do with winter. But that's me. And apparently, if you fellas say it's not, then it's not that high on the list.
I'm not saying it's. I've never seen him turn into one of these wolf things that you're describing, but I have seen him beat up a very large monster inside a volcano. I don't want him to be an uncontrollable monster.
Right. We before going there, we need to get rid of Uker's curse.
Your logic is sound.
Donovan is going to start thinking about, is there a way to get like a perpetual greater dominate monster thing going, just like continuous, just one in the background. Uker's thinking about punching Donovan in the face. I can smell your thoughts, Bam!
Well, Donovan knows that the
There's
gods
there-
tried to
well,
bind
Yeah,
Fenris.
That's actually a very good point. Are we still adding to that list?
Right. We
Um,
are.
the second shackle. Do we know where it is?
Oh, also Morgana.
Is she doing anything in particular?
Messing with
Dromi.
Galith.
Dromi? Does nobody read?
No.
So there was the charm. There was lading, which you guys
Lading,
have.
Dromi, and Glepnir.
Glepnir is probably still on Fenris.
Glepnir should be on Fenris, keeping Fenris from destroying everything.
Dromi are the heaviest chains the gods or the dwarves could build.
Perhaps there's a clue to where Dromi are at. Oh, I just zoomed out. Oh, there's a list right here.
Yeah, I've got little
Yeah.
text blobs.
Dromi
Unfortunately, I can't make them bigger. Yeah, they don't.
The Forge of Anom is probably where we would find clues to where the Dromi are. Or at least what they were created, how they were created.
You're hoping that the dwarves are there. Yeah.
Because we could probably use the Dromi to help secure Skullsdot here.
Oh, Interesting.
Right?
I'm gonna put.
I mean, they were made to shackle her father. And if not, we could use them to shackle other large, uncontrollable beasts with good intentions in other times of the day.
Now Uker's looking at you funny. Oh, my chain's still good, says Lokrik.
What's the DC to break those things? Give me 1 second. Chains. John Granner, the Gird of Dvergholm. Break DC 50. The answer to are they still good is a resounding. Not really.
Lokrik looks concerned. Then why do we put them on you every month?
Well, it makes you feel better.
You need to stop eating. Stop growing strong.
No. Uka reaches past and pulls somebody's just like half
These
eaten
extremely
bowl of
thick
words of-
mithril chains of paramedical set into them are about 5 foot of chain, which can be secured to a spike or a rung. Arcane runes are seen burnished in the side of the chain links. They resize to any size of creature, tiny to huge. Break DC 50, hardness 30, hit points 120, with a superior lock, with an arcane lock cast upon it. An 11th level Oberon cast that arcane lock.
So basically, if
Yeah,
Uker has a single point of any thing, you can break it. Even like if you take off his magic items, if he has a single like one point of rage or one mythic point or one anything, you can snap him.
Yeah.
A
Maybe
hero
we'll
point.
have to mine and smelt some of that
Adamantine in the
Right.
north.
There's also that thing at the bottom
Maybe
of
this
the,
time they won't be itchy.
There's also that thing at the bottom of the lake.
The Gird of Dvergholm is no longer useful. Oh, funny. I'm gonna make a note of that.
We also there's that thing at the bottom of the lake.
Like, just as a thing, with one round of rage, that's a plus 20 on a strength check to break something.
So
Then you
Uker
can
no
search.
longer thinks that the
Uker doesn't think Uker's.
yeah.
How long has it been this way? A couple of 6 months or so. Why didn't you tell me? It made you feel good.
Untrustworthy.
Yeah, Lokrik's not pleased.
Yeah, they don't work anymore. I don't think I think those are pretty easy to break, actually.
You've got to mention these things. That's important. It's not funny. You understand? You can kill people by the hundreds.
I've been good.
Luckily. No, there is something missing on our list. It is there was a lake that had an adamantine sphere or something that was Thor had thrown down or something like that.
Yeah, the big sphere.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not there.
You want me to add that?
Yeah. Please.
God sphere.
Isn't that also a god
If you
weapon?
do one a night, that's 12.
That's the end of the year.
15 adventures.
This will take us till Christmas.
Look, I'm saying we can do a bunch of these.
September, October, November, and then December with one game missed for Christmas. There you go.
Look, all I'm saying is the Ouroboros, that we can do in about 2 hours.
I think what we had said before is still good. Ouroboros.
Ouroboros is quick.
Ouroboros,
for
Immensa
bits.
bits,
Yep.
and then
Demon God.
Yinagu.
Okay. It's not a bad place. I will give you a little bit of XP on top of what you guys did before. I'll add the 2,500 for the remainder portion of the night to the total. That is 89,500 for the night. And do you want to call this the Battle of Mount Mogg, or do you have a better name?
Bleeding
for the-
Gods.
Bleeding Gods. I actually like that one.
I beat the
Gods
shit
that
out of
bleed.
that. Gods that bleed.
Gods that.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I beat the shit out of that goddamn Godzilla. Oh, I beat its ass so
Yeah,
bad.
you did over 1,000 damage to that Godzilla, and
1066.
God,
your characters are ridiculous. You realize, like,
oh, it hurts so bad. Where Mogaru ranks kaiju.
sure.
strength-wise.
Since they fought it, sure. Tell them what CR Mogaru is before adding Mythic onto it.
24? 23?
Yeah.
26?
27? 28.
Do they have anything that's CR30? Like, I don't even...
Yeah.
Jesus.
A god.
Boom!
Mogaru was 2 levels of fighter.
A demigod would do it.
Well, it's CR28 before you add Mythic to it, so that's...
So it's a CR30. That was a CR30 something.
Yeah, I didn't give you XP for that. I gave you your Mythic
Yeah.
trial. Yeah.
Oh, I'm still thinking of
Well,
what
no
to
wonder
take.
it was so hard to kill.
Well, right. It's like, oh, why does it have resist all the things? I'm like, CR28. It has resist whatever I want it to have.
It's the what? It's
Whatever I
the
want.
third.
Of course, that's meta knowledge, right? But
Yep.
the little dinky moonworms, I think we're CR24, so 25.
The little dinky moonworm was just... You killed the thing it was supposed to kill. Well, then why was it just trying to kill the thing that
No,
it
it says right in the description they have a complex relationship, and then before death blows, one of them just wanders off, and they live to fight another day.
They're quite, well, they're the Godzilla monsters, right? Where they
Yep.
live to fight and they fight to live.
Yep. It's like the destruction of one summons the other, and then they may do battle, and then but if another one shows up, then they battle that one, and it's so basically
It is Japanese monster movie monsters.
right. There's this logical kind of like relationship diagram.
This fight was so good. Oh,
It was fucking fun.
okay. So Uker used 2 hero points and all of his mythic points. Donovan used no hero points because he didn't have any, and 10 mythic points. Yeah.
I thought about like involving more, but I was like, you know what? I think 2 for now is good. But now that there's been a big battle and gods approaching, maybe the other kaiju start showing up.
I'm. It's Well,
I think it was randomly Werf, or was it Foxfire? They came into the chat going, "I'm so confused."
It's Foxfire.
Because that mountain range got so busy.
well, it's like, oh, and look, the gods showed up, and things started happening.
We all hate guns.
I love this. I love the
shit.
sound that we use. That was awesome. Big Inception sound. It's not Inception.